I'm sure that we're live now. We are here. Hi, hi, hi. Hey, everybody. Oh, what a
And
great
we're
night.
live.
And we are live. Hello. Welcome. The people count went up. Yes, it did, because I decided to show up. And my thing is on such a lag that I'm not even live according to my YouTube stream yet on, sheesh, on the computer. Oh man. So how are you everybody? Reef is now chowing down. It's midnight, so of course Reef is eating dinner, right?
That's what it does. Yep.
That is what it
I
does.
actually
If it
should have eaten
strolls,
it like at
everybody's got the
10.
wrench. Oh boy, we got wrenches all over the place. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you for helping. Why does it say that we're not live?
I normally I normally eat at 10, but I just blew right through that number.
Do you
Like
do
and I was
you
like,
s-
"Oh, it's 12 o'clock. I'm really hungry." Like,
do you see this live? I'm not seeing it live on YouTube. It still says it's waiting for
um
me. Wait, am I stuck?
really?
Maybe.
Maybe. Let me look.
No, it said
I'll
five
look.
of five.
Okay.
Somebody's pinging me,
Oh,
probably to tell me I'm good.
yep.
Is that
I'm
restream saying
gonna go
get to
with
the
you're good.
stream? I think we're good. But no, YouTube says waiting. I'm live on YouTube right now. It says waiting. Radical Bones, hello, welcome. Well, we're live on Twitch. That's weird. Okay. So we're having trouble with getting YouTube.
It's
Oh,
working for me.
is it?
It's on working on YouTube for me.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, good. Say
Yep.
something in chat.
There you go.
Something in chat. Why isn't it live? It is on Twitch.
Forgot to update. You forgot to update title.
What? No, I didn't update. I didn't forget to update title. What's going on here? YouTube.
Yeah, it's going to the it says KRTD News.
Mm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Volume is low. Is that probably
Right.
because I wasn't sitting it in front of the microphone? Thank you. Well,
Maybe.
we are live on Twitch, so that's good. I don't know why we're not live
Yeah,
on
we're live on
YouTube.
YouTube too, I think.
We're not. Nicole is saying that we're late right now. We're not live. This is a problem, and I don't know how to fix it. No, we're not on YouTube.
I think
I
you might
know
have the
that.
wrong stream key.
I
I don't think you have the event stream key in.
I didn't. Yes, I do because I had. It wouldn't be on Twitch if I didn't. But this is not good. I might have to kill this. Yes, I can make Nikki a mod in there. Hold on one second. I'm not even. I'm actually not even in the Twitch dashboard right now. Oh, you see me live on YouTube? Kick ass. Oh, even better. Good. I don't have to do anything. Thank you. Whew. So why is Nicole and are you guys trolling me? What are you doing? How did we miss that? Yes. How did we miss that? Hilarious. Reef is funny. Yes. No problem. Thank you. Thank you, Nikki. Okay. Now let me get into Twitch dashboard and make you a mod. Damn it. Because you're awesome. Ah. Now for some reason again, my thing still says waiting for. I must be looking at the wrong freaking thing. Okay, whatever. Sorry. Um
So your Twitch one has the right title, but not um
yeah, but somebody said that I'm live on Twitch, on Twitter. So I mean on YouTube, it's
I
just under
fixed
the
it.
wrong stream title. I'm guessing. Okay, I
Yeah,
got it.
I think I fixed it. Hopefully I fixed it.
Oh, even better. Good. So that's good. Thank you. All right. Well, welcome to Bones. Nikki is in here, and let's go to stream. Where's my stream thing? Channel analytics, stream summary. There's streamer dashboard. Oh, sorry guys, I got such a slow computer right now with streaming and Discord and OBS and Restream and all these dashboards and things up. I need like 3 computers to be able to do everything, and I've only got one. So I have 4 screens, and which is making it even worse. Hang in there. We're loading your activity. We're loading your activity, and we're still loading our activity. Okay. So I'm going to I almost see it. I almost see it. Come on. Where is what is going on here? This is stuck. I'm spinning. There's radical leftist agenda. Beautiful. Now, how do I make you a mod? Activity feed. Wow, so slow. All right, let's go on with the show. I'll get this done when we can get it done. But thank you. Appreciate that.
Yep.
Thank you. All right. So let me switch screens over. But before we do that, we have a new transition screen. Hello, everybody. And now we're going to share the screen. Okay, so here is tonight's Independent Left News, which everybody has hopefully already seen. Okay, add friend. I guess I have to add you as a friend before I can add you as a mod, probably, Nikki. I can only block or report you. Yep. Okay, so do that. Adding you. All right. So this is the latest tonight's Independent Left News. I have not really arranged it or organized it or done very much with it yet. I have moved around some videos. Tomorrow, I'm excited to see JB showing Kamali Rose. Robert Durden's been killing it lately. He was on with RJ. Oh, by the way, hi, Reef. Reef, say something.
Hello. I'm here.
Oh, okay. Thank you for fixing this. Yeah, Kamali, yeah. I missed him too. I actually reached out to him and I sent him a DM to do a bro check on him a while back. And like, hey man, just reaching out, see how you're doing. I know, you mentioned that you had some rough stuff going on. He's doing much better now, thankfully, and he's excited to be back. And he said he missed it, so I'm excited to see him back on behind the microphone and on camera. Then we've got Richard Medhurst, of course, Instagram taking down his post. Pedro Castillo giving his first speech in front of the UN, and Robert Durden talking about the Russiagating being ended. So that's some good stuff tonight. And I didn't even do a Leftist.today Substack on this yet tonight. I was working on getting the show ready. So we're probably going to we might do one tonight, or we might just skip the Saturday night edition. From now on, it'll be a show instead. But we did do a Substack.
Do you want to know why the title didn't work?
Yeah.
YouTube too long. 100 characters, not 160.
I didn't have 160. I had 100, but okay. Hopefully this is the right one. But thank you for fixing it. So this is our Leftist.today Substack. Also, you can reach it by independentleftnews.substack.com, but Leftist.today is a whole lot easier to get to. Then we have all of the different editions. And again, usually publish that twice a day, in the morning or early afternoon Eastern time. And then again, after 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock Eastern time. And Nicole's posting, and Darlene is posting, and Wardier is clipping, and I think we're all good now. And everybody's helping out, and it's freaking amazing. And Reese just hanging out the whole time and watching it all from the bird's eye view and helping out with the Discords. And again, it's an all hands on deck. And the more people we can get involved, and the more people that we can put on this project, the bigger we can get. I've got ideas about how we can grow the Discord, for example, and the Discord's already got its own Twitter, and the Discord's got its own Instagram, and we could be posting up new channels that are added and different features and different reasons to visit the Discord. There's just no time in the day to feature that stuff yet. So that's in the plans for the future as we can get more people. We also need people to optimize and post to different video sites, maybe even some better graphics people than I am, because you can see my Canva game is decent, but not the greatest. So I'll be the first to admit that. But somebody's got to get it done, and what are we gonna do? So I do have a bunch of stories for tonight that I think are pretty important that I did not see covered anywhere else. Like I said, glad that everybody's hanging out. Invalid, what's going on, man? Good to see you. All right. First one is there Amazon unionization happening possibly in Canada? Pretty wild. And I saw this coming out of Truth Out through Popular Resistance. This was on the 9/19 evening edition. And again, you've got the Canadian warehouse could be the first to unionize in North America. Hey, how about that shit, right? So you've got a photo of the Teamsters locals that are outside the fulfillment center. Again, Teamsters Canada. So it is involving the Teamsters up north. I have seen some of the lefty organizations, especially World Socialist website, be skeptical of the Teamsters' involvement in Amazon hiring. Yeah. Wow. Did they need to replace people from a strike or what? Maybe. Wow. They're growing everywhere. They're taking over the world. So the struggle to unionize Amazon is shifting now to Canada. Workers at the YEG1 facility in Nisku, Alberta, filed a union election on Monday, September 13th. The election could be held in mere weeks, which is great once the their labor relations board approves it. So that's between 600 and 800 associates, right? This is good news. You could see, okay, they're being asked to retrieve items every 9 to 12 seconds, and the jobs and wages are threatened when they can't keep up, and it's taking a toll on their bodies. Young, fit workers complaining about lower back and knee pain, things they shouldn't be having as they're trying to earn a living. And even if they're paying a living wage of $15 minimum, which I'm sure they are at this point, I believe they're doing that nationwide. Okay, again, this comes back to the union busting campaign. Amazon warehouse workers have unionized. Company waged several union busting campaigns, fend off the drives in North America. Yep. So you had Bessemer, which was shot down, but there are a lot of questions about exactly what went down, and there was a lot of threats to the people that wanted to unionize, and there was a lot of fishy business, let's call it, by Amazon in that fight. And I think there are several publications that have done a really good job of calling that out. Left Voice, I thought, was really good. They were on the ground just about every day. So, are we able to give Nikki mod status yet? No, not yet. What's going on here? Twitch dashboard, you're disappointing me. Can I see it yet? I'm looking right at Radical
For some
Leftist
reason,
Agenda.
the YouTube streams,
Yes.
right, decided to not go to your like restream event. Like,
what?
Like I see the event you made in like the
hey, modder.
like live section of YouTube Studio.
Yes.
Right? And like it like didn't go to the one you had set up in YouTube. It went to every other one, went to your Odyssey, went to Twitch, went to everything else with everything right, you know.
Oh,
but it also went on KRTD Media, which you turned off.
That's,
you know.
So Restream messed with me, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, something
because I did it right. I know I did it right. So okay, yeah. I can type in this
like
chat.
The YouTube
how about that? Well, I just figured it out that Nikki's already modded, but thank you, Bones. Okay, so getting back to our Amazon unionization article. Sorry. All right. As the warehouse filed for a union election, Amazon Canada announced it would hire 15,000 new warehouse workers and raise hourly wages from 16 to between 17 and 21.65 Canadian per hour.
Right.
That's their minimum starting, but still, that's when you're breaking people's backs to do that. By the way, Shvenko defeats Murphy, TKO. That type of continuous improvement is harder to do quickly and nimbly with unions in the middle, is what they say. So they're fighting that they don't think that union. Of course, they don't think the unions are the best answer for their employees. Tell me when a company ever has. Teamsters Canada's Monet countered that narrative, saying that the union believes Amazon's pay raise came as a direct response to its unionization effort at NISCU, and that its wage hike is misleading because the company also eliminated a monthly bonus scheme that allowed workers to receive extra money for attendance and other productivity furthering behaviors. Nikki Hart, thank you. Claudia! What's up, Claudia? Hi, welcome. Good morning, because Claudia is in Poland. Claudia is OG friend, 18 months now. Love that woman. She's fantastic. And somewhere there's a GoFundMe or somewhere that she needs a laptop or a thing fixed, and one of these days she was going to fix up and work on some Spooktober graphics for me, or so she said, and hopefully we can see one of those someday, and that would be awesome. Yes, Amazon hired the Pinkertons. Everybody's dropping emoji and emotes on me. That's cool. I don't have the emotes yet set up in my stream, but I guess I'm gonna have to if I'm gonna be doing Twitch stuff. So again, I love it.
We can figure that out too. That's all Streamlabs stuff, I think.
Gosh darn Pinkertons. Yeah, they hired Pinkertons literally like in Bessemer. You're absolutely right. It's pretty amazing.
Yep. Oh. You know what that sound is?
I do know what that sound is.
Hey Google, stop. That's the Google overlord saying it's time to Google.
It's 420 somewhere.
Really? Yes. And yes, it is. It is 420 somewhere.
And it is time for that.
I do have Bongcam installed.
Nice. All right, you know what? While we're doing Bongcam, let's see if I can actually intelligently tweet this out and get people over to hang out on Twitch, and see if we can get more than 5 people
or on YouTube. Here, I can give you the I can send you the.
I can't even get to Twitter. I'm so
YouTube
lame.
link that's working.
I could do it from my phone.
I can give you the YouTube link that's working.
I see. It says KRTD News. Yeah. I'm just gonna go to.
Yeah, I fixed the title.
I was just gonna list
the title.
I was just gonna drop the page link and youtube.com/IND Left News, and that way they can get there and figure out which video it is.
Yep.
Oh, right there.
Here,
there we go. Hey, somebody actually just retweeted that. So now I'll retweet and say, "Come hang out in Twitch chat with
I don't understand
Mickey and Bones." Tweeted. Okay, now you've been tweeted. Now that you're mods, you can get tweeted like that. Okay, so Monette says Teamsters are building relationships with warehouse workers across Canada. Good news. And coordinating weekly to share information, best practices with union representatives in the U.S., where Teamsters unions have been fighting tax breaks. So now we're coordinating across North America. Excellent.
That one works. Why did that one work and the other one didn't?
What did
I sent you a YouTube link that works too.
Oh, thank you.
YouTube link that works.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to necessarily do anything with that yet, but we may. So, did I miss Bongcam while I was trying to do my Twitter shit?
No. No, Bongcam happened.
Oh, okay. No, so I missed Bongcam. Okay. Nice. Bearded Bongcam. Now I'm going to make him laugh and blow back into it. That's the next step.
Yep. Eventually, we'll install Smell-O-Vision in our OBS.
So. Oh, dude, that'd be the greatest ever. It would be stinky.
Yep. It'd be stinky.
That's pretty funny that it's got the KRTD headline. Grr, KRTD. Everybody subscribe to KRTD Media as well. Shane, good dude.
Yep.
Joe, and of course, Reef produces a lot of the KRTD stuff on his OBS.
What? No.
What?
I don't click the buttons behind the curtain. No.
So we've spoken about the flawed NLRB process. problems with which are well documented, oh, that's a tongue twister, and which I have been tested in the Amazon context already, said Teamsters National Amazon Director Randy Corrigan. So I guess this guy is responsible under the Teamsters for dealing or addressing Amazon nationally. Interesting. Organizing a labor union is far easier task in Canada than it is in the U.S., since Canadian labor law has much stronger rules against employer interference. At least 40% of workers must sign a union authorization card in order to apply. The Alberta LRB then holds a secret ballot election in which a union must receive a simple majority of votes to win. So Teamsters unions in Canada are more dependent from the International Brotherhood of Teamsters with a higher degree of autonomy over locals and greater ability to elect their own leaders. It's really interesting. Amazon has already set up meetings with NISCU employees to attempt to dissuade them from unionizing. Surprise, surprise.
Oh, of course they did. Yeah.
While much about organizing in two countries is different, one of the ways in which the new union drive is similar is that, like Bessemer, that opened in March 2020, the NISCU warehouse. The NISCU warehouse is a newer facility reaching its 1-year anniversary just this month. Yeah, employee retention and turnover rate at the young Bessemer facility were among the challenges they were facing in their campaign. People kept leaving.
Right.
So it's hard to keep good people, and it especially, again, you're paying $17-18 an hour to start. There's no other jobs around really for people to find. They're taking it until they basically break down, and then they have to get replaced. So that's why what we're seeing, what we're seeing there. I'm glad they're unionizing. Hopefully that these employees won't wash out and they'll be taken care of as they have these physical problems, and their working conditions will improve so they don't have these physical problems. That's the whole
Yeah.
idea. But we're confident if we do this well, Amazon workers are going to be able to get this union. And it would be the first one in North America. It would be groundbreaking. And it would involve the Teamsters. You can see a picture of everybody standing outside the facility. So
Yep.
that's pretty badass. And Christian Smalls from Amazon on Direct Action is awesome. Yep. Love him. He goes live on Instagram as well. Speaking more of unionization and about workers coming together to support a minimum wage and a living wage and a working wage where people could actually live. And this showed up in my newsletter. Oh no, go ahead, Bree.
Have you watched on Netflix Love, Death and Robots yet?
No.
There's a scene in it. There's a whole episode about a particular color of blue, right? And it reminds me of the blue that is entirely mattbruenig.com. What is that?
Yeah, that is what I would call a minimalist logo, to say the least. Yeah, they give no fucks at Amazon is absolutely correct, Nicole. It's cool to see everybody tweet. Some people on Twitch, some people on YouTube.
Zima Blue. That's what it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Zima.
Zima Blue.
I remember Zima. I went to college when Zima was a thing, and Mix over in Hinkle's chat would bust on me for that because he calls me an old boomer all the time. So.
Yep.
All right. When McDonald's came to Denmark, and it's a really amazing piece that he wrote, and that's why I'm including it, because I don't usually include Matt Bruenig stuff. I do think that he does some excellent work. It's just not typically what I feature. But when I saw this article and about how people come together, it made me think a lot about the General Strike Summit and what the Fred Hampton leftists are doing over there. And it made me
Yeah.
think about the, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that later on, the truck drivers in Australia and the farmers in India, and how all these different groups had to come together to make something happen. And it's not going to happen from one labor sector at a time. And I wanted to go through this article because it was really remarkable. And again, I'm going to drop all the links in the chat afterwards. And of course, if you're in the Discord, you can find all these links if you go to the Leftist.today or the Substack um, thread, or gosh, I don't even know where you can find this article on. You could probably just look at Matt Bruenig and find it there, and it'll take you the link to the Substack that has it. And again, I'll put it in the show notes. So every few months, a prominent person or publication points out that McDonald's workers in Denmark get that $22 per hour, 6 weeks of vacation, and sick pay. And that, by the way, the price of a burger there is like 50 cents more, maybe, or 30 cents more than it is here. It might not even be that much. It might even be 10 cents. It's it's negligible. They can afford to do this. They choose not to. So again, every few months, a prominent person points it out. But what they don't point out, okay, this compensation comes on top of the general slate of social benefits in Denmark, which includes child allowances, health care, child care, paid leave, retirement, and education through college, and other things. Wow, that sounds
Yeah.
like an agenda that I could 100% get behind. Damn, man.
Mhm.
I think that's.
Yeah. I mean, it's like,
mm,
it sounds perfect. Can we move?
I I think we're in
Like,
the wrong country. I think we need to start learning Danish.
yep. Yep. Getting on it. Duolingo. Let's I'm on it.
What is the B word?
You know?
I don't know who had that whole B word. Oh, that was mixed. Oh, the but thing. Okay, I was wondering that. Okay, bye, Nicole. Aw,
Mm,
wait. Okay, were you going goodbye? Okay, Nicole's on YouTube. Sorry, guys. Um,
mm,
everybody else is hanging out on Twitch tonight, which is awesome. And this is going, I think, onto
cool.
Odyssey, but I don't know if it's going live. I think it's just recording the stream onto Odyssey, and I'll have to figure out how to actually post it to my Odyssey page as well. Um,
Right.
so again, in these discussions, relatively little is said about how all of this came to be, and it's sad because it's a really good story, and because the story provides a good window into why Nordic labor markets are the way they are. And it gives a little bit of history, and I'm sure again this is a very high level this thing, and you can see there that he's got references and links. McDonald's opened its first store in Denmark in 81, and at that point, it was operating in over 20 countries and had successfully avoided unions in all but one, Sweden, again, Scandinavia. So when they arrived in Denmark, the labor market was governed by a set of sectoral labor agreements that established the wages and conditions for all the workers in a given sector. Under the prevailing norms, McDonald's should have adhered to the hotel and restaurant union agreement, but they didn't have to do so legally speaking. The union agreement is not binding on sector employees in the same way that a contract is. You can't sue a company for ignoring it. It's strictly voluntary. So McDonald's decided not to follow the union agreement and thus set up its own pay levels and work rules instead. This was a departure not just from what Danish companies did, but from what other similar foreign companies did. So, for example, Burger King, which is identical to McDonald's in all relevant respects, decided to follow the union agreement when it came to Denmark a few years earlier. So naturally,
Yeah.
this decision from McDonald's drew the attention of the Danish labor movement. And according to press reports, the struggle to get McDonald's to follow the Hotel and Restaurant Workers Agreement began in 1982, but the efforts were very slow at first. McDonald's maintained that it had a principled position against unions and negotiations, and press overtures were unable to move them off that position. But in late 1988 and early 1989, the unions decided enough was enough and called sympathy strikes in adjacent industries in order to cripple McDonald's operations. 16 different sector unions participated in the sympathy strikes. That is remarkable, and I love this. This got me like so excited. Dock workers refused to unload containers that had McDonald's equipment in them. Printers refused to supply printed materials to the stores, such as menus and cups. Construction workers refused to build McDonald's stores and even stopped construction on one that was already in progress but not yet finished. The Typographers Union refused to place McDonald's ads in publications, which eliminated the company's print advertisement presence. Truckers, my favorite guys, the truckers. I love those guys. We need to support the truckers. We need to get the truckers paid well. We need to get the truckers better living, working conditions. Love the truckers. Appreciate the hell out of them.
Yep.
Truckers refuse to deliver food and beer to McDonald's. Food and beverage workers that worked at facilities that prepared food for the stores refused to work on McDonald's products. Everybody got together. Long
That's
ago,
what's up.
mostly though, yeah, but no, not so long ago in Scandinavia. This continues to happen, but this is a blueprint. In addition to wreaking havoc on McDonald's supply chains, the unions engaged in picketing and leaflet campaigns in front of McDonald's locations, urging consumers to boycott the company. So there was a mass campaign happening. All right, and you can see the pictures of the people out in front, which is really cool. Well, McDonald's in Denmark sells beer, McBeer.
Mhm.
Absolutely. They sell it in France too. I
Yeah,
definitely
that sounds like a good. That's a great combination.
I definitely
Like,
ordered
I'm
a
down.
McBeer. No, it's not like generic beer. You could order like a Heineken, like they sell them by the can, or they can do that there. Yeah, it makes money, so why not? Mm. So once the sympathy strike got going, McDonald's folded pretty quickly and decided to start following the hotel and restaurant agreement in 1989. This is why McDonald's workers in Denmark are paid $22 an hour. And he says he brings
That's a
this up,
real interesting take.
right? Because people say a
Yeah.
lot of things about the economies of Nordic countries and why they're so much more equal to ours. But in this discussion, certainly the presence of unions or sector bargaining comes up, but rarely do you get a discussion of just how radically powerful and organized the Nordic unions are and have been. If you didn't know better, you
Yeah.
would think the Nordic labor market is the way it is because all the workers and employees came together and agreed that their system is better for everyone. And while it's true, of course, that on a day-to-day basis, labor relations in the countries are peaceful, lurking behind that peace is often a credible threat that the unions will crush an employer that steps out of line, not just by striking at one site or company, but by striking at every single thing the company touches. That is how labor exercises power. Now, like Invalid said, this was not years ago, and yes, the U.S. has a history of solidarity strikes like this. Exactly. So this is doable. We saw this mostly in Finland in 2019, most recently in Finland in 2019, when the Postal Service decided to cut the pay of 700 package handlers, and the unions responded by striking airlines, ferries, buses, trains, and ports. In the aftermath of these strikes, the pay cuts were reversed and the prime minister of the country resigned. I remember this. This was not long ago at all. Again, when I bring
Yep.
this up, some people respond by saying that these kind of strikes are illegal in the U.S. And this is true and a worthwhile bit of information. Yeah.
Yep.
But insofar as it is meant to imply that the different legal environment is what accounts for labor radicalism, this obviously has things backwards. The laws aren't driving the labor radicalism, but rather the labor radicalism is driving the laws. And that's how it should be happening here. And here's
Yep.
another recent example, this time from Finland in 2018. There, the conservative government was preparing to pass a law that would make it easier for employers with 20 or fewer employees to fire their workers. The stated purpose was to stimulate hiring by making it easier to fire and thus less risky to hire, the usual stuff. Again, Finnish labor movement did not like this idea and called a massive political strike that sidelined workers in a bunch of different sectors. In response to the strike wave, the government changed the bill so it only applied to employers with 10 or fewer employees. The strikes continued and they changed the bill again, this time so it just stated generally that the courts should consider an employer's size when considering wrongful dismissal cases. And guess what? This was acceptable to the unions, since according to them at least,
Finnish courts already do this, and so the bill was basically moot. So they stopped striking. One can only imagine what would happen if the Finnish government tried to ban sympathy strikes in the same way that the U.S. government has here. If we were ever going to go to Nordic levels of equality, it's really hard to imagine doing it without building a similarly powerful labor movement. You can certainly get some of the way there, such as by copying certain welfare programs, but without the unions, you'll always be missing a key piece. And while legal and policy reforms can help build the labor movement some, the power of organized labor is not ultimately rooted in the state, but rather in the ability to halt production and wreak havoc even when the state is aligned against it. Yeah, McDonald's doesn't pay Danes high wages because of a statutory wage floor or even because the state stepped in to enforce a collective bargaining agreement. They pay high wages because back in the 80s, Danish unions flipped the switch and turned the whole business off, and McDonald's doesn't want to find out whether they would do it again. This is where we need to get to. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Yep.
This might be my favorite article of the week. And
yeah, this was good.
Yeah, dude.
I liked it. I mean, the thing I like about it is, like, you know, I wasn't aware of like sympathy strikes like that because they don't happen here.
Well, again,
You know?
apparently they've been made illegal because somebody recognized how powerful it could become and realized that you could shut down an entire industry.
Oh, for sure. Everything. The entire country.
Jeez.
You know?
All right. Now that we went through that, I'll put up the link in chat. But again, all these will be in the show notes afterwards. So, continuing our labor movement and the power of labor and what the power of labor can do, and labor fighting back against big management, big government. Socialist Alternative, led by the wonderful Shama Swant, are leading the carpenter movement, are leading the Seattle Carpenters in a strike. I believe it's been weeks long at this point. They shut down a Microsoft facility yesterday. The Socialist Alternative did a tweet storm all day. They were live tweeting from a bunch of different locations where all these carpenters are on strike for what? Family sustaining wages, fully paid parking, basic dignity, including protections against sexual harassment in the workplace, and fully funded benefits like pension and health care. They are on strike against the AGC, a bosses club for multi-billion-dollar construction industry in Seattle and Western Washington. So carpenters are now entering their second week on strike after courageously voting down 4 successive tentative contract agreements proposed to them by their bosses and recommended by union leadership. I mean, this is really amazing stuff, and rank and file carpenters have been fighting to win. They've shut down dozens of construction sites in Seattle and Western Washington, including Microsoft's mega project in Redmond, which has cost the company millions.
Yep.
You know, they did this by appealing for fellow union members to join the strike and stop work. They understand where the power lies in withholding their labor from the bosses and building solidarity with the fellow workers.
Sounds like a great plan.
Over 80 rank and file. Yep. Has supported these rank and file carpenters in their fight to build a powerful strike and win the best possible contract. She sent solidarity letters, attended picket lines, introduced new legislation requested by union members and their leadership, promoted a solidarity petition. All right, Shama Swant's great, and even pledged $10,000 of her city council salary to the union strike fund as soon as it's set up. Over 80 rank and file members penned a letter thanking her for her efforts and her solidarity. We need more representatives like her that go out and support the workers in the field like her. Oh, I was supposed to transition in between the last thing. Sorry,
Oh,
Warren.
do you have transitions like that? Yeah.
Well, all I had was this. And now Warren's going to be like, what?
Right.
What did he do in the middle of the thing? Just to screw with him. Hey, buddy. I think there's an error. Yes, we did name it on Facebook, KRTD News. Thanks, Shane. You got a shout out, I guess. It's still on Facebook, on the Facebook stream, saying KRTD News.
Why did Restream messed up?
Oh, Restream.
No.
What did you do to me? I did change
Why?
it. I know I did. Why?
Yeah, I mean, I used it last night too, so it might have messed up in between those two things. Who knows? But
the Northwest Carpenters
anyway.
Union have moved in the opposite direction. Top union officials decided to call off all officially sanctioned union pickets, but non-union members have led to a temporary closure of all Northwest Carpenters Union picket activities starting tomorrow. And that was, again, yesterday, or Friday.
Yeah, that was
right.
Yeah, yesterday.
No, it was Friday.
Yeah, 25th.
Well, technically, yeah.
Right.
This is an unfortunate decision by union leadership, and one which has created division in the labor movement. This morning, hundreds of carpenters chose to reject the decision by the Carpenters Union leadership to shut down the picket lines in the middle of a strike. Instead, they have continued to strike at unsanctioned pickets at two locations, the Mega Project in Bellevue and Seattle's Climate Pledge Arena. Based.
Correct me. I mean, I feel like pickets are in themselves probably the hardest thing to get sanctioned. Like, you know? Like if you like, hey boss, you sure we could picket?
Well, this is the union
no.
leaders. So the union leaders, they want to make sure, because they don't want you to mess up their negotiations with the union, with corporate. The last thing they know corporate wants to see are picket signs out front.
Right.
But again, labor fighting back again. You cannot defeat such a well-financed enemy such as AGC without total solidarity. Solidarity is what will win this strike.
Yep.
So again, Socialist alternative. Go to Pledge Arena, Climate Pledge Arena to show your solidarity. Please join the striking carpenters. And that was Saturday morning at 11 a.m. at Goose Beach. Again, they're striking along. They have solidarity with the UAW, the Book Workers Union. This is what we want to see. But what we need to see is an increase in union membership. So this is again going along our theme of workers fighting back, workers actually doing something to better their situation, which we fully support and stand in solidarity with. You have an elected local representative who is supporting the rank and file employees and the members of her district, which is exactly what we want to see. Workers against the big corporations and against the big unions, in this case, their own union. I would guess that the workers probably know better as far as what their situation is and what's better for them, what they need and what they're willing to accept. So again, I stand totally in solidarity with these workers, and I'm guessing Reef does too.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Now there is, like I said, I had an update to the Australian truck drivers strike, and guess what?
You want to hit that transition for Warren?
Yep. Okay, here you go, Warren. Thumbnail transition. Boom. 1, 2, 3. And we're back to our truck drivers strike. Thousands more Australian truck drivers. This is a theme. Now we've been covering the strike story for a couple of weeks, that the Australian truck drivers have been threatening to strike over working conditions, over safety conditions, over hours. And again, you're going to see here the toll union, transport workers union, as a pretext to delay enterprise bargaining and freeze wages. That's what the pandemic. On August 27th, more than 4,000 toll drivers walked off the job for 24 hours. I believe that was actually on our first episode that we covered that.
Yep.
So that was the
Yep.
first major strike by trucking industry workers after at least a decade of suppression by the union bureaucracy, and the first ever mass strike at toll. So in the 3 weeks since, they've called no further action, stating only that more strikes are possible following a meeting scheduled for Tuesday. This indicates that management and the union are Taco Bell. Oh, Lauren, welcome. Everybody's hanging out on Twitch, but I'm glad you're on YouTube. Somebody's got to monitor YouTube. Is he modded, by the way?
Yep.
Nice.
I think so.
He's wrenched. Good. Keep the riffraff out if anybody shows up and decides to screw around. So more strikes are possible following a meeting scheduled for Tuesday. This indicates that management and the union are hoping that the lone 24-hour strike, deliberately engineered to ensure minimal disruption to supply chains, was enough to vent workers' anger and pave the way for a sellout deal. Of course, it's the World Socialist website.
Yep.
No wrench for Warren?
Yep.
All right, well, we need to fix that. Okay. Where is my YouTube page? I don't even know. Oh, you sent me the link in Discord.
I think so.
I think I'm in my Discord, not in chat. Come on. Oh, Discord's so slow. Yep, there it is. All right, let's wrench Warren. Let's do it live. We'll do it live. No, I'll do it over here. Ah,
Okay. We'll
sorry,
do it live.
I'm jumping ahead. Burying the lead. Okay. So, sorry about that, everybody. In the 3 weeks since the strike,
you definitely should say.
the workers' union.
Yep. It's called No Further Action at Toll, stating only that more strikes are possible following.
Right, we've read that like 3 times now. Okay. This is what happens when you get a little high before
420
the
somewhere
stream.
was at least, like.
Or during the stream.
Around 2,000
Right.
drivers.
The workers' union.
I hear you.
Yeah, I'm fixing it. I'm fixing
YouTube.
it. I'm muting it. I'm fixing it. I muted it.
We'll do it live.
Like I said, we'll do it live. We're done.
Your hands in the shot. The hands in the shot.
Your hands in the shot. Oh, dude, the best. Out of broadcast news. I love that reference. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, Nightbot pushing my thing down. Come on. Where's the thing? Move the thing to the thing. No wrench for me. Well, let's fix that. Add moderator. Okay.
I'll take this break to announce our sponsors. Water. Water is good for you. Drink some.
And say that we have a podcast out of this shit show of an episode here. That it will be in a podcast.
Yep.
If you go to anchor.fm/independent left news, you'll be able to listen to this instead of actually having to watch it and look at the bird and look at Reef sometimes. Whatever.
Anchor.fm/independent
left news. All one word.
Yep.
All right. So around 2,000 drivers at the Star Trek plan to strike for 24 hours on Thursday to demand equal pay for labor hire workers and caps on outsourcing. In addition, 4,000 FedEx drivers that voted last Friday for protected industrial action, and a further 2,000 drivers at Linfox and its subsidiary Bev Chain are also in the process of voting on industrial action. Workers rising up worldwide. This is what we want to see. This is how we are going to win. This is how we are going to start to take back some of the $1 trillion+ of wealth that was transferred upward over the last year and a half. Major transport companies have seen their revenues spike during the pandemic. Of course it has, because transport was one of the things that was able to run, and price of trucking and everything went sky high. So that makes sense.
Right.
Right. So while public health measures haphazardly put in place on a state-by-state basis fall far short of what's necessary to eliminate the current Delta variant outbreak, they've left drivers with a more dangerous and stressful workplace. Of course they have. Drivers who live in the
Yeah.
Greater Sydney region, New South Wales, must get tested for COVID-19 every 7 days. Drivers, this is what happens in an actual country, guys, where the people the government actually gives a crap about the people. But at the same time, we're gonna, Caitlin Johnstone has been talking about some of the draconian measures and some of the police violence and enforcement that have
and
been
it's like
happening, where they're tackling people for
yeah,
not even wearing masks. It's like getting to the extreme level. But at the same time, they want to be tested more. They're asking, they want to be
yep.
here. Drivers in southwestern and western Sydney every 3 days, but it's every 7 days.
It's like they
Why?
shut down the internet in Melbourne, right?
Oh man, they sure did.
Like,
They
yeah,
sure did. Most truck drivers are not provided paid leave to get vaccinated. Again, same thing going on here. Why a lot of people don't want to get vaccinated here is that they're not provided paid leave to get vaccinated, and they worry about how much time they may or may not have to miss if they have symptoms resulting from the shot and side effects. They're having difficulty finding locations to get rest or a hot meal or a shower, with many truck stops closed or refusing to serve interstate workers during lockdowns. The problems you don't even anticipate, right?
right.
So now federal state governments are preparing to abandon these limited measures in line with reopening demands of the capitalist ruling class. Again, you get a lot of the World Socialist website language, which again is directly anti-capitalist, and I
Yep.
understand why. Again, the problem is you have to live in a capitalist society until we get to the system that we want to get to, with full support of the union.
Sure.
All right, so
Yep.
the union recently wrote to the National Cabinet, a de facto government comprising Prime Minister Scott Morrison, not a good dude, hardcore right winger, climate denier, not a good prime minister, and of course, very famously, Joe Biden forgot his name and said our friend down under last week. He fell asleep on,
Boss, my former boss man name,
right.
wife, Biden wife.
They rushed him out of the
Shut up,
meeting.
fat.
They rushed him out of the meeting with Boris Johnson. He couldn't remember this
Yeah.
dude's name.
Oh,
There
that
was
was
another big
terrible.
Biden. There was another big Biden thing that happened this week too. It's just wow. The TWU
Yeah.
recently wrote to the National Cabinet, right? Like I said, urging it to establish a COVID. Yeah, Corn Pop knows me. Corn Pop was a bad dude,
Corn Pop
and
was
he
a
ran a
bad
bunch of
dude.
bad doors with bad crew.
And a bunch of bad boys, bad crew.
Dude, that song's great. Corn
He
Pop, you
this
can't
is
stop. Corn Pop, you won't stop. Thank you. I'm not a big fan anymore of Mike from PA, but I will say that he did introduce me to that song, and it's classic. Um, so I got hairy legs. If you haven't seen the hairy leg song, look it up on YouTube. It's absolutely worth watching. So letter calls for the establishment of rapid testing hubs, paid leave for vaccinations, and warns that any move to reopen the country without shoring up our health defenses risks further devastating lockdowns, restrictions, and economic disruption. Free guy wasn't
yeah.
bad. Oh, that's cool. Dude, you'll have to jump in and join us next time. We'll get you on here and you'll be in the middle box between Reef and me. Reef, why isn't your name you took down your nameplate? Nobody can see who you
Oh,
are.
yeah, I haven't put that on the whole time. There you go. Look,
Hey,
there's
how
my
about
name
that?
and my Twitter handle.
Nice. Yes, you did. You got a
Yeah.
wrench. You get a wrench. You get a wrench. Warren gets a wrench. Cool. So, and again, this is opinion. The union's utter regard for the health of its members is in line with the union's response to the July introduction of heightened lockdown measures by the NSW government. The Transport Workers Union, I think that's the Transport Workers Unions, and other unions immediately joined business leaders in lobbying for exemptions, forcing workers back on the job in the state's most dangerous coronavirus hotspots. And look, WSWS has definitely been the most, I would call it, conservative when it comes to reopening. the most alarmist when it
Yep.
comes to the disease and to the outbreak and
Lockdown. Yeah.
spread itself. They have been incredibly diligent in reporting what's happening, the cases that are happening in each country worldwide. And again, you can agree with it, disagree with it. I am looking at the numbers and I stick to what the numbers are. And like they said, during a 3-week period, 18 people were killed in road accidents, including 5 truck drivers. Now, were all of those due to et cetera, who knows? 2 drivers were killed when their trucks collided and caught fire in the early hours of August 27th, the same day as the toll strike. That's terrible. Invalid. You get a mod, you get a wrench
Yep.
too? Invalid's going to get a wrench. Sure. Why not? If Bones vouches for you, you're in. Done. A daily prevention pill. A daily prevention pill? No, I didn't see daily.
Jesus.
My bird looks like it's smoking. I
Would you
love
like
that.
to take the red? Would you like to take the red? The red COVID pill or the blue COVID pill?
No. Oh man. Oh, she's got the wrong stream. I sent out the wrong link to everybody today, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's well at the event. It didn't go to the event. It didn't go to your YouTube event.
Man alive. Man alive.
Like you made the event on YouTube, and Restream decided not to go to those.
The Restream's the one that made it,
And
but
also,
I did make a change to the event in on the YouTube dashboard because
YouTube.
Yes, because it does not allow me when it creates it in Restream, it automatically does not check the allow embed button on the YouTube dashboard, which means that when I share it, it doesn't actually embed the thumbnail. That's no good. So I have to go in and fix it and tell it to the to allow the embed.
You have to go in there and
right. So I did that.
Who knows?
So here comes
we'll
Mary.
Figure it out.
Hi Mary, if she's here, I'm sure she's popping in a minute or so. I just sent her the link because she's messaging me and saying, "Where did we go?" I think she's still looking for us on that other stream. I think we have to kill that. We have to probably kill that other event so people aren't looking for it. But anyway,
yeah, I'll work on that.
Yeah, many of these deaths are a result of driver fatigue, endemic among workers who depend on constant overtime to make ends meet, and could be prevented if workers' health and safety were prioritized over corporate profits. The road death toll is further fueled by increased demand on supply chains as lockdowns accelerate the trend towards online shopping and home deliveries, of course. Freight volume is above pre-COVID-19 levels, driven by stepped up demand for food and household items during lockdowns. 2020 saw a growth in annual retail turnover of $15.7 billion for food and $9.5 billion for household goods. That's just wow. Okay, there's been a boom in parcel delivery as part of the shift to online shopping, of course. But rather than taking on more full-time workers, transport companies are meeting this increased demand by outsourcing jobs to companies which pay contractors less than their full-time staff, creating a two-tiered workforce and eroding permanent jobs. Not cool. Okay, so this is one way that the company has been trying to get around paying people. They'll just hire third-party contractors who aren't necessarily bound by the same laws.
Scabs.
Yep. Well, it's not even scabs because they're just choosing not to hire these people internally. They're just outsourcing it instead.
Right.
Insecure work is increasing in virtually every industry, leading workers to have to work multiple jobs. ABS figures show that the number of Australians with at least 2 jobs has grown to 32.6%. That's a scary number. I don't know what the number is in the United States. I'm guessing it's probably closer to 50.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The rise of insecure work of the major transport companies has been facilitated. So this is a good, in-depth. It's got numbers. Again, some of these numbers are used to make this point, I don't know if they're necessarily, if I interpret them the same way, like the number of deaths on the road, etc. Was that all due to the conditions that we're talking about here? Maybe, I don't know. But under Australia's fair work laws introduced by the Labour Party and enforced by the unions, most of these workers are not allowed to take part in protected industrial action, such as a ready source of labor, to mitigate the impact of strikes by permanent workers. So, as a serious struggle for improved health, safety, pay, and conditions in the transport industry requires a conscious break with the TWU and the formation of independent rank and file committees. You know, it's really funny because somebody was in my Discord recently asking me about, actually, it was in Hinkle's Discord, whether the socialist
Yeah.
websites, they're Trotskyites, whether they actually believe in unions. And I think they do, but I think that they are more in favor of independent rank and file committees, because what they see over and over again when it comes to union leadership is the corruption, and over and over again, they're not necessarily looking out for the best interests of the people on the ground, but to make a deal and a quote unquote sellout deal with the management. That is almost the default position of World Socialist website. And I love them for it. Again, somebody needs to provide this viewpoint. Somebody needs to provide what,
Sure.
you know, the perspective of the worker. Hey, we're not going to get screwed over by our labor union here against management. We're going to have our voice actually represented. And they deserve to do that if they're going to unionize, 100%. So WSWS's idea is that through a network of these committees, workers can connect with their brothers and sisters across company lines and national borders throughout the transport sector and the working class more broadly, and take up the necessary fight, not just against management, but against Australia's draconian industrial laws and capitalist profit system.
Yeah.
And I would guess that our friend Caitlin Johnstone probably agrees with a good portion of this, though probably not all of it. And I am in the same boat
Yeah.
there. So that is the labor portion of the show. Wow, we're already over an hour in. Holy shit. All right. So
Yep.
real quick, I'm not going to spend too much time, but Margaret Kimberly is awesome. If you're not following her, at Freedom Ride Blog on Twitter, she is also on Instagram. She is the executive editor and senior columnist for Black Agenda Report, which is an amazing publication. Rest in peace, Glenn Ford, who just passed away recently. Danny Haifong writes for them. Richard Medhurst just recently started writing a column in tribute to Glenn Ford with, can't remember his name, Diego somebody. I apologize, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But what Margaret Kimberly's article is asserting is that a lot of the COVID relief funds were actually spent on police and prisons, because the private entities that got PPP money, okay, prisons, American Rescue Plan, okay, there's an easy case to make in favor that it was passed to relieve these crises, okay. The prison building proposal in Alabama is particularly troubling. 41% of its population is vaccinated. Spread against Delta has resulted in COVID patients utilizing half of all intensive care units in the state. Okay, beds in the state.
Jesus.
Yeah, pretty bad. Non-COVID
Yep.
patients are also impacted by this lack of capacity. Jeez.
Yep.
An average of 50 Alabamians die of COVID every day. Damn. Black people in the state are as hesitant as white residents, right? She's incredible.
Yep.
Please subscribe to Black Agenda Report. Please support their work. Please support Margaret Kimberly. Big fan. Freedom Rider column appears weekly. She's written, okay, she's got her own Patreon. And she's got an email address there as well. Margaret.Kimberly@blackagendareport.com if you want to reach her. Send her some nice words and say thank you and really appreciate that. But yes, huge protests which occurred in 2020 after the police murder of George Floyd now seem to be figments of the imagination. Attention given to the
Yeah.
presidential election, imperative getting rid of Donald Trump sucked the oxygen out of the room, and the movement itself lacked structure and was unable to sustain itself. There are still plenty of reasons to protest, but the movement seems to have passed for most of those who were activated last year. Very
Yep.
sad. Elected officials from Idaho to Pennsylvania to Alabama are certain they can get away with using people's money for dubious reasons. Because new prisons and better paid police are all we have to show for sickness, unemployment, and death. Eloquent, wonderful, sad, brilliant.
Yep.
Appreciate Margaret, Kimberly, and love her to death. Thank you. And let's get back to our friends at the World Socialist website. Trévon Austin, by the way, he's an all-star. One of the best out there. Consistently writes excellent pieces there. And on top of the fact that COVID funds are being used to fund private prisons and cops, oh yeah, by the way, Congress ain't passing anything to reform police budgets at all. Bipartisan negotiations for the George Floyd Act, legislation that Democrats claimed would enact police reform measures in the wake of George Floyd's brutal murder by Minneapolis police, have collapsed, effectively killing the bill. And they sent out Senators Cory Booker, my senator, and who was the lead Democratic negotiator, reportedly told Tim Scott, the lead Republican, that he was done negotiating after Scott rejected a final offer from the Democrats. Great picture. So, yeah. The House originally passed it in March by a party line vote. The bill would create a national standards for police use of force, make it easier to charge officers who commit misconduct, and drastically reduce qualified immunity, which shields officers from most brutality lawsuits. There were a lot of critics of the bill as well, but it certainly would have been the first step. It was only a priority for the administration while the Derek Chauvin trial was underway, right? And then he got convicted. So once he was convicted and the immediate threat of widespread popular unrest had passed, he stopped talking about the bill, and congressional leadership was happy to let Booker, Scott, and Karen Bass engage in protracted backroom talks. Backroom talks, our favorite things that happen.
Oh, with the wrong kind of cigars.
Right? Oh, gosh. Hey.
Yeah.
These talks supposedly aimed at overcoming a likely filibuster in the Senate by cutting back on the already modest proposals to win the support of 10 Senate Republicans. Come on.
Yeah. Sure.
Right.
Jesus.
Okay, talks dragged on with the two sides coming no closer. Shock, shock. I mean, this is all driven by Mitch McConnell. Like he's going to give them anything.
Yep.
There's only one way to do that. We did the best we could. Well, there would be one way they could do that.
Do you think the parliamentarian could get this done? Do you think the parliamentarian has enough power to do this?
I don't know, but Joe Manchin probably does because he's already the most powerful person in the country, right?
Sure, yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
I did see Anon Live, Paul Bradley, that Norway did end all lockdown restrictions. I believe Sweden and Denmark are pretty close behind them, if they did not already. Oh no, or no grapes. Didn't we talk about grapes? What happens when we eat grapes?
No grapes.
No. Explosive stuff happens when we eat grapes. That's
no
God.
What is wrong with you?
Yes, Joe Manchin is the parliamentarian. Dun dun dun. I thought it was Marjorie Taylor Greene.
No, couldn't be.
We accepted significant compromises. No, a grape reckoning this morning. That's disgusting. Knowing that there will be a tough sell to the community. Yeah, of course. Right now, it appears unsurprisingly that Tim Scott was simply the front man for the Senate Republican leadership, which sought to block the passage of any bill, preferring to appeal to the fascistic pro-Trump wing of the party by depicting the bill as a Democratic effort to defund the police. Of course.
Of course. Couldn't have that happen at all. No.
All right. Democrats weren't even able to secure a deal based on a Trump era executive order that banned chokeholds and no knock warrants, limited the transfer of military equipment to local law enforcement. That was a big one. And created a database to document complaints against police officers. There is no national database.
Yep.
Still.
Yep.
So horrifying. Just welcome to America. So we're funding the cops with COVID money, and we're not going to reform the cops. And Congress just said, fuck off. Thanks, everybody.
Yep. That's ridiculous.
Oh,
Go baby.
ain't he adorable? Andrea Hermanos, Common Dreams. Why you gotta
yeah,
do
I
this
saw
to
I
me?
saw this story. I didn't read this, but I saw the story, right?
Why you
That
gotta do
like
this to me?
there's like
Baby,
so many
what are we doing to our
baby poop.
children? What
Yeah.
what are we doing to our children? I had
Apparently feeding them more microplastic than us. But like
alarmingly more
what
microplastic.
age?
Well, let's find out. The research, published in the Environmental Science and Technology Letters, follows previous studies reflecting the ubiquity of microplastics, which are small fibers less than 5 millimeters in size, originating from everyday objects like plastic bottles and polyester clothing that end up in the planet's waterways and human guts. That's freaking
Oh,
disgusting.
yuck.
Human exposure to microplastics is a health concern, says author, I'm not even going to attempt that name, a professor at NYU Grossman School of Medicine, Department of Pediatrics, right?
Yep.
Yes, like microplastic. No, I don't think that it's really the size of Texas. That's not
PET,
microplastic. That's megaplastics. Researchers focus on
PET and
two types of
polycarbonate.
common
Yep.
microplastics.
Yep.
Polyethylene, terephthalate, PET, and PC
Because those
are
don't
measured.
break down as easy.
Right, so they focused on two types of of plastics and measured poop from 6 infants and 10 adults.
Infants. Okay, sample size is low, but I mean enough to like.
Yeah, but they also looked at 3 samples of newborns' first waste, which is known as meconium. Ew. All were from New York State, and they were all found to have at least one kind of microplastic. That's disgusting.
Jesus.
PC levels, the researchers found, were similar between the infant and the adult groups. PET concentrations, however, revealed a stark difference, with those in infants' feces found to have 10 times higher average. Ew.
Yep. Which most of your plastic bottles are PET.
Yeah, this is disgusting.
I'm not mistaken.
Microplastic fibromyalgia. Oh, I hope not. No, that's like fiberglass.
Oh God, that's fiberglass. That would be lung.
Infants are exposed to higher levels of MPs than adults. We need to make efforts to reduce exposure in children. How do you do the children's products should be made free of plastics?
I mean, how they said the first waste. So you're looking at
that literally comes from the mother.
I mean, formula and breast milk. Yeah, like that's so you're. But how is that 10 times higher than the did they?
Well, they measured the
test
adults. Whoa, what happened to
pregnant women
Restream
too?
chat? Restream chat just
I
crashed.
don't know.
On my desktop. Okay.
Okay.
That's weird. This is weird.
Yeah.
It's not coming back.
Here, I got it.
No, it's coming back. I got it. It's coming back now. Yeah, responding to the study, Natalie Bennett, a former Green Party leader in the UK, tweeted, "The future is going to wonder why on earth we thought we were
doing with plastic.
What on earth we thought we were doing." Yes. Disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the garbage patch. Thank you, Warren, for posting the link.
Garbage Patch Kids. Is that what
No,
it turns
that's the
into?
big garbage patch in the middle of the
Jesus.
ocean. That's the size of Texas.
Oh, I was thinking about those like stickers. The dolls, the Garbage Patch Kids.
Yeah, we had an entire
You know?
wall for them. Oh, ain't he cute? I'm sorry, we're feeding him microplastics.
Delicious microplastic. It looks like a whole thing of microplastics that they're giving them right there. It's just like blended up microplastics. Anyway.
Okay.
We hitting the next one?
We're hitting the last one, and the last one is gushing over. Yeah, Garbage Pail Kids. That's right. They're not Garbage Patch Kids. Ah! Sorry,
Garbage
everybody.
Pail Kids. That's it. Oh, God. The delay. It hit me a second
Ah!
later.
It's time to gush over Caitlin Johnstone because some of her musings and some of her random thoughts were just freaking amazing. I saw people protesting climate change last week. Yeah, getting the crap beaten out of them. Oh yes, I did see that. I noticed that there was a climate change protest. So this is on Caitlin Johnstone's Substack, Caitlin's newsletter, CaitlinJohnstone.substack.com. She's absolutely the greatest. Love her to death. Can't gush enough. We basically have to put in a weekly Caitlin Johnstone segment because every week she puts out just absolutely fire. But how far gone is your progressive revolution if you're not even allowed to have a perfectly safe performative no vote, if even the illusion of opposition is banned? People say, why pick on AOC when all lawmakers are way worse? They're not worse. They just perform different functions. The mansions and cinemas kill leftward movement openly. The AOCs encourage the left to feed their political energy into a party that's built to kill leftward movement. Scathing, fire, absolute zero lies
It's
detected.
also like how there's ones that did vote no, right? Are they worse or better than AOC? Like,
Right? Only 9 of
like
them
that statement's
on the Israel thing, but
yeah. Yep.
yeah. I don't know who needs to hear this, but there is no functional difference between a politician who votes a certain way because they want to and a politician who votes a certain way because systemic pressures push them to. They're still voting the same way. Yeah. It's like Trump supporters saying he wanted to fight the deep state, but the deep state wouldn't let him. It's like, okay, so who gives a fuck? Either he's an asshole or an impotent puppet, and either way, fuck him. Same with AOC and her constant establishment capitulations. Oh, look at that, Nightbot. Thank you, Nightbot. I'm talking to a bot. Whether they're serving the empire because they want to or because they have to, it's clear and undeniable that electoral politics isn't the way to advance the interests of normal human beings. The system simply does not allow for that. I adore this woman. She's so good. The absolute least important thing in the universe is how some politicians' feelings are feeling inside. It doesn't matter what secret intentions they have in their heart. All that matters is what they do. If they can't do what you need them to, it means they're useless. Period. I love her. Yes, it is a scam to keep control on the top hole. Anon. Thor. This is Thor, by the way, and on Facebook. What's up, dude?
Right.
Hashtag direct democracy. Woohoo! We're all about that. People vote. We can do it online. Throw in even blockchain if you want to for transparency. But here she goes. I think I actually quote tweeted this. The single greatest threat to freedom and democracy is not foreign governments, nor the authoritarian measures being implemented by our own governments, but the fact that giant media and tech companies are used to continuously manipulate the way people think about all of those governments. And this is why we do what we do. You're not free if your mind isn't free. It doesn't matter if you were free to say and do whatever you want because the powerful are still actively manipulating the thoughts you think, because all your words and actions will arise from those thoughts. Mental sovereignty comes first. Again, these little bullets. They're just random thoughts, and they're not necessarily connected to anything. They're all
Yeah.
part of a theme, but that's what I love. It's just kind of stream of consciousness, and maybe not developed for a full piece. I was actually talking to Luigi about this the other day, and he said he's got a whole list of ideas, and I'm like, dude, that should just like be a piece in itself, and get it out there because some of
Yeah.
it's
Just
gonna
write out a
expire.
paragraph and stuff.
Do it like this. I mean,
Yeah.
Caitlin's fantastic in the way that she does this. So
I mean,
an alternate,
this is what my ideas folder in Google Drive looks like. You know,
right?
just stream of consciousness.
Pretty much. He has a working document with some other
It's
links
just
to other
Caitlin's consciousness is
genius.
much more put together. You know, like
Honestly, in a lot of ways, she channels a lot of what I think George Carlin would be saying today. In an alternate universe, the governments of a parallel Earth responded to the pandemic by pouring money into healthcare systems, transferring wealth from their nation's richest to their poorest, and saying, here's a new vaccine, but it's up to you whether to use it or not. That is the alternate universe that I think we all wish we were living in. Biden proclaiming that the U.S. is no longer at war because he moved a few thousand troops out of Afghanistan is the most Trump-like thing that's happened so far in this very Trumpian administration.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. The U.S. is like, we do not seek a Cold War. We simply seek to remain the unipolar dominator of the entire planet and maintain the ability to unilaterally destroy smaller nations who disobey us. And we'll do anything to accomplish this, including waging a new Cold War.
Yeah.
Just hammers all day long, straight hammers. Okay. Invented a highly effective new antidepressant. It's not a pill. It's just a big wad of cash taken by force from giant corporations. Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, here.
Mothers and nurses work harder than any billionaire on earth.
Fuck yes. I think this line should be dedicated to Jimmy Dore. People complain about how I do my thing here.
How I do.
Go ahead.
And say I should do it in some other way, and I totally get it. One time, I went to an AC/DC concert and played not one note of smooth jazz. I was so angry. Like, you like smooth jazz? Yeah, that's
so good.
Did
so
you have
good.
like
again?
Look at how long the scroll is. Scrolly, still scrolly.
I'm done.
You're
Propaganda.
done.
Oh, this is. I did want everyone to read this. Propaganda works because it plugs into our most fundamental egoic mechanisms: identity and fear. Identify tightly with a group of or political faction, and you'll accept propaganda which comes from there. Be driven by fear, and that will be used to herd you into power-serving agendas. If you want to free your mind from the chains of power, it's not enough to do research and memorize a bunch of facts. The most important step to freeing your mind from its shackles is to remove from yourself the psychological hooks to which those shackles are attached.
Yep.
She's again, support Caitlin Johnstone.
Is she saying that if you free your mind, the rest will follow?
Free your
Just
mind.
making sure that's the sentiment.
I believe that was Morpheus said that to
was it
to Neo. Free your mind. And that is the last article I had for tonight. So we are going to flip over now.
We're going into boats, crashing into other boats.
Oh, I think I need to watch some boats crash into some other boats. Yes.
Oh, I love boats crashing into other boats. But first thing, are you switching over to two cam, or what is it? Oh, just the two of us. That's it. If I remember correctly.
Yes, this is just the two of us watching Reef's stream.
And then I do this. Pew.
Now you have to take
right,
off.
So this is what I watch while you
banner.
Yep, I got that too. I need a button for that, but I do have it. It's right there.
Nice.
And minimize.
Enhance.
So this is what I watch while you tell me there's depressing things happening in the world. I just put this on, just babbling brook with a Labrador.
Yeah.
Just for a palate cleanser,
Sure.
Like,
Calm.
just this
Calm.
is my happy place. Yes,
This is my happy
serenity
place.
now.
That's right.
Serenity now. But we'll start the day like you start your day. So give me coffee to change the things I can, and weed to accept those that I cannot.
That is
Truer
quite possible,
words
Thor.
have
You may
not
be
been
the only.
spoken.
You may be the only viewer on Facebook.
The only viewer on Facebook.
But thank you for being there.
Does he get a prize?
I appreciate that. We should give him a prize. His prize is that he wants us
I'll
to
give
set
him a
up an
gold
RTM.
sticker.
He wants us to set up an RTMP server, and that's what he wants us to do.
Yeah.
Using NGINX. And one of these days we're going to get that done.
Yep. So, you know,
my goodness.
What do you
Is that
do after
is that
work? Me.
Yes. Wow.
Just me.
Reefer After Dark coming soon.
Yep. That's me.
Yow.
Like,
Dude.
I love it. But I this bowl is I think about $20 worth of weed.
Dude.
If it came from Mexico, this is what $20 worth of weed gets you in Mexico. I just want people to know what it could be like. You know.
Is that
like,
good weed for $20?
That's not. It doesn't look awful for $20.
Are there crystals on there?
You know?
I don't know.
Not really, but it's pretty dense. You know?
Okay.
But what do I have?
Damn.
What do I have up next? Oh, I know what this is. This is great. You know, like
okay.
This is door may open without warning, right? So you're just walking along, right? You're chilling out, and you see this door, and you're like, man, that's weird. I wonder what that could be in there. Oh, what
Uh-oh.
What
Why
could
do
be?
I think...
What could be that?
Oh, hey now.
What
was in the camera?
Capable of.
What was the camera?
I don't want to know.
What was the camera inside of that the bear made a beeline for the camera?
For the camera? It probably smelled like human. That's probably what it smelled like.
I don't think that's human. No, that was like a camera inside like a piece of meat or something. Something that thing smelled and went right for. Replay that, please.
I mean, I'm just...
Replay that.
Yeah, I got you.
I'd like to see that again.
Be mindful where you put your camera and tripod when filming a grizzly being returned to the wild.
Ah!
Fuck your shit. Fuck your couch. Jesus, the sound it makes is just ridiculous.
Wow.
Yep. So after you get attacked by the bear, you probably need a massage. You probably need an adjustment. I'll bring you to this guy, right? So this guy does adjustments here for you. You ready? Super cheap. It's great.
Oh! Ow! That'll give you a fucking headache. What?
Does that feel good? Does that feel good, bro? You want that again, bro?
Oh my god!
Why are people just gonna take this hammer and just go?
Ow! Wait, again?
Like,
on the other side now?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, he's got to hit all your chakras, bro.
With a
he's got to make sure he
wooden
hits all the
mallet?
chakras. This is how they killed vampires, Just saying.
Yeah, is he like trying to drive a stake into this dude's heart backwards?
I think so.
What the hell?
Oh, man.
Oh, that's funny. Nicole's dog's name is Serenity.
Doesn't that feel good?
Whoa.
So we're gonna go to a 10 out of 10 on the oof scale here. Just a 10 out of 10. You're chilling out. You're like hitting the park. You got your scoot, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna do some scooting.
Whoa! Ow!
Bow!
Ow!
we'll hit that one again.
Ow! Oh!
Bing.
Oh! You're gonna have a bad time.
It's gonna be, if you don't pizza when you're supposed to French fry,
You're gonna have a
you
bad
know,
time.
you're gonna have a bad time. What's up next? This lovely just bunch of numbers. Oh yeah, this one. So here we go. Right. So you just got a bunch of new money, right? Your paycheck came in, right? You hit big on the scratch off, right? And you go, I'm go get a new tattoo, right? I know just what I want. I want the sexy Laura Croft right here on my arm. You know what I mean? Like you're all stoked. You've been sitting in the chair now for like what, 2, 3, 4 hours probably.
At least.
You know, like
Okay.
he's got you all loaded. He's got the camera out. You're going like, yeah, I'm gonna get this. It's gonna be super cool, right? You know, and we're just gonna wipe the lotion off, get it all in there. You know,
Ew. Okay.
and I just
It's him. Oh God, is that a mustache?
I don't know. I think it's just really bad.
It looks like it's a cross between her and him.
Yeah, like it's bad. It's just bad.
That is
Like,
not good. I want my money back.
That's terrible.
At least.
What do you do? Yeah, but money isn't. I mean, like,
it's really funny.
you.
I was having this discussion with my wife in the car tonight. We went out for dinner and babysitter for the kids, and we were talking about tattoos. And I just said I'm just so glad that I never wanted a tattoo and never. I don't know. I never got it. That whole, and now seeing that reinforces why I'm so glad I never wanted a tattoo. Okay.
Yeah, that's gonna be a cover up too. Look at all the black, bro. Look at how much black is there. Like that's like lasering that is gonna be so
I think
painful.
I think they might be able to fix the face to make it passable enough.
They can, you don't have to do that. And sure. Yeah, but still, either way. So this is one I found, right? So here's your we're watching security footage, and this your shopping cart hit the car, right? And we're waiting for the guy to see it, and he sees it, and he's like, oh man, I just got the car washed. Right, this sucks, man. Oh, I fucking dented the car, dude. Man, God, fuck this car. Ow! the cart hits him in the head.
Shit.
Why is that funny? I fucking love it. I love that shit. Just like idiots fighting things is the funniest. Like, I love it. But anyway, so we're out here with our friends on the boat. We're out on the lake, right? We probably had a few brewskis, right? We're patriotic. We got the flag shorts on, like pretty sure this is like spring break in some weird part of America, right? And we're gonna jump down. Oh no! What? Bing bop boom, bing bop, like all the way down, just like just falling all the way.
Oh! Ow! 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 Oh!
Like, I can watch this over and over. It's like better every loop.
It's a good thing 14-year-old kids are resilient. Oh my God!
Oh!
What a jump!
Oh Jesus! Oh, so here's the car version of that, right? So you got your new Jeep. You're taking it out on the beach. You're trying to impress the Jeep Club, and you send it for a sweet drift, and oh no, everyone out of the car. Like,
now we have a convertible.
Now we have a convertible that usually costs extra. So. I love that. It's so good. Like it's just like, it doesn't look like anyone's hurt. It just looks like he gets launched from the Jeep, you know. But anyway,
Okay.
we'll go to this one. This you know, you got this sick ride, right? You're chilling out. They're getting the camera footage of it. It's
Look at
got
the
the cool
rims.
floating
Uh-oh.
wheels, and then this car comes in and owns it.
Oh, gosh. Just lifts it
Like,
up underneath
I
from
mean, just
underneath. Wow, just
yeah,
absolutely oh, damn. Oh, here it is in
Like,
slow-mo. Oh, okay, I'm gonna wreck your shit
uh,
now. Wait,
oh,
wait,
dude,
what?
I don't have slow mo. I wish I did. Like, it's just
You don't
like
even see it again.
right, like that.
It just
No,
disappears
it's
off
just like
camera,
gone.
right
It's
there.
just,
Bye. I saw
gone.
it go up and over the on the. I saw the wheel hit the
Yeah,
windshield.
and then all you see is it's upside down, and it like pushed it into this pole.
Yeah, it
You
sure
know?
did.
Oh, and it
Ow.
almost hit this one too. That other like Escalade that's there.
Damn.
Dude.
Okay. Ow. That's definitely a bad time.
All right, so this we got classic skateboarder, right? The
Yeah, it does
guards
look
there,
like those are the
right,
spinners
being
that
a
make it look
dick.
like they don't move, Warren.
Yep. You know, you always got to have the rent-a-cop here to ruin the fun,
What's
right? You know, he's gonna go for it anyway because he's a big baller, right? So the guard's gonna.
Oh, that's so fucked up. Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh. Ow.
Oh. But it was for your safety, son.
Oh. Wow. Yeah, had to hurt is right.
It sucks so much.
Subreddit had to hurt.
Yep.
Good subreddit. Yeah, what a dick is right.
Hold my
ACAB.
This is hold my beer. Right? So this guy,
Oh,
I
no.
mean,
My kids go on the swings. I can imagine where this is going.
Who got you know, he got let out of the retirement home early, right? This guy. So he's chilling out on the swings, right? You know, old man Jenkins is here.
Let me see. Uh-oh. Is he going backwards?
And we're just a swinging.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no, he did it. Look at me.
Good for you, dude.
3 for a loop on that one.
Good for you, old timer.
Yep, he did it.
Good night, Nicole.
I'll show that again just because it's like.
Thanks for everything. Talk to you tomorrow.
Ta-da! He hits the ta-da at the end.
Oh, I like it.
I love it. But
he
anyway,
sticks the landing.
We were talking about police brutality earlier.
Oh no.
Right? You know, this is some real brutality right here. It's gonna suck. Right? So we got all these cops here and wait, what?
Wait,
what?
Is that a little person? They just lifted up?
No, I think it's just a small dude. I think it's just a small dude. I think it's just like the dude's like 5'1" and just like, oh God, I guess I'm God. All right. Like they just pick him up.
That is humiliating.
They just pick him up. That's terrible.
That is humiliating.
How the cops catch you, man?
Yeah, that's not even funny, but that's just wow. I don't even know why I'm laughing at that. I feel awful. I'm sorry. I'm going to hell.
Yeah, I mean, like he's probably fine.
That's probably not good.
So,
not good for whatever car.
We got this big. We got this big tree, right? We got this little dude right here, right?
Oh, he's in a bucket loader. Oh my God!
Gonna,
I thought that was a. I thought that was
a
street
little bucket
light.
loader. No. So
okay.
He's in a bucket loader. He's gonna cut this down. It's gonna go. Everything's going fine. It goes down right, and
the stick hit him right in the face.
Big chunk of wood.
Wow,
that's like not a stick, bro. That's like half a tree limb that just got like
that thing. Like woo,
like that could easily. Fucking, that's concussion. I hope he's wearing a hard hat, bro.
I hope he's okay.
Please be wearing a hard hat.
I hope he's all right. But man, that is like projectile. Wow, good for.
Yeah, that's
good for
that's
you,
bad.
Tree. Tree gets revenge on guy cutting it down.
Yeah. So I think we're on to the last one.
Critical blunder.
We're on to the very last.
Oh no!
The very last of the video. So there's. These two homies, they're hanging out, they're having a good time, right? You know, they're here, they're doing it. Right? They're chilling out. They got some bottles.
Oh!
Just,
Ding! Oh, the
just right there.
sound.
Dink. I love the
The
sound is what does
sound of the bottle on the tooth. Ow. Dink!
it.
Oh!
Someone needs to clip that up and do like a music video just with that
Dink!
noise.
Dink!
You know?
Dink! Dink! Oh my
Yep.
gosh. Look at that. That's terrible.
But yeah, just another episode of boats crashing into other boats.
Bones, is that Hinkle that you've got like in your emojis, your emotes? That's pretty funny. Nice. We're back to Serenity. Ah.
Yep. Serenity now. Bring
Okay.
everyone back to level. This
right.
doggo's super chill. I'm down. Anyway.
So that's the end of boats crashing into other boats. And that comes to the end of our episode. We went through all these different websites. Wow, I've done quite a bit tonight. I'm exhausted.
Yep.
Cheers, Bap. So when do we get emojis of Reef and Indy? Good question. Well, we have tons of bird emojis in Discord, but we need to add some to Twitch, I'm guessing.
Yeah, we could do that.
Let me throw up some links here. That means Reef's gonna disappear here for a second.
Me?
I think so.
But why?
But why? Here's why. No, wrong one. Right one. There we go. So we've got, of course, now we've got something wrong here. Discord, independentleft.gg. Substack, Leftist.today. We actually have a Telegram, t.me/INDLeftNews. Same thing with Cash App, /INDLeftNews. If you want to support us, you want to hook us up. Patreon.com/INDLeftNews, I believe also. You can find all the links at independentleft.media. Website for the news site is indieleft.news. Substack, which you see here, is leftist.today. You see Sabby's video and Robert Durden's video and Franco. And hey, who's that guy?
What?
Warren.
Where? I don't know. I can't see.
Warren's still there?
Oh, Warren.
Warren and Fee. Talking about pasta.
Yeah,
and the
Warren
Bread
and
Round
Fee.
Alliance. Nice. Not the Red Brown, but the Bread Round.
The Bread Round Alliance.
Nice. And then we've got Hinkle. And then, of course, the top headlines where you've got PG&E charged with 11 felony counts, including manslaughter. I think that's the first time.
Jeez.
Okay. And then you got Lauren Boebert. Why did she have a Scooby-Doo meme on the House floor? David wrote an article on water protectors and Line 3. And then, of course, the corporate fighting of wind, solar, and batteries in shifting us to solar energies, but corporate-backed groups are fighting the transition in the U.S. budget bill, $3.5 trillion. And finally, from WSWS, again, I didn't want to ignore the Haitian refugees crisis that's happening. We stand again in solidarity with the Haitian refugees. It's absolutely horrible what's happening to them.
Hey, they got rid of the horses. And in its place, a new spot at Guantanamo Bay.
Yes. Yes.
That's what they got. It's terrible.
Let me turn Reef back on so he can say hi and bye. Peace. There you go. Peace, love, and soul.
Hello, everyone.
We have that.
Goodbye, everyone.
Yeah. Let me turn off the Cash App thingy.
Do people even get that reference other than us?
Are we that old? I guess I am that old. You're not that old. I think so. But you act that old.
Like, would people look at a Soul Trade line and be like, what is going on? You know? Like, that's the question.
Now let's check it out. Independent Left. I have to add the T. .media. Just so everybody sees what the link tree looks like. currently. You've got a link to the Substack. You got a link to the news site. You got a link to the Discord. Those are the 3 main hubs. Then you have all the different socials and ways you can find me and find and subscribe and get all the updates. Even YouTube goes right to the page so you can subscribe. Really cool, easy, excellent resource. Way to find
I'm at
everywhere we are.
at Reef Breland on Twitter. If people want to go look for me there. And at Reef Breland on YouTube, I think, as well. So if you want to go look for those.
And one of these
I would
days,
be
Reefer
super
After Dark
appreciative.
will have, one of these days you'll have all your stuff up here too.
Working on it.
Like that. Reefer After Dark.
The friend I have is in Australia who's going to help me with that. So I'll talk to him about trucks and stuff too.
Nice.
So,
no, it's very nice. Oh, look at this. Twitch is actually embedded, and I think that this stream might even show up live. I don't know. It's very slow. But because we're live on Twitch, I'm pretty sure Linktree actually embeds Twitch Live. And I can even embed a video. Yeah, look at that. Hey! We can see ourselves live on Twitch. Cool. Very cool. All right. Well, it is almost 2 a.m.
Like buttons.
Yes, like, share, subscribe. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for checking it out. You see all the links here. Again, Substack publishes twice a day. Indie Left News updates twice a day. Indie Left GG all the time. Jetstream. And subscribe everywhere. Connect everywhere. Reach out. Say hi. Join us. Volunteer.
We'll do this again Saturday night. Next midnight.
Just climb aboard. Yes, the love boat. That's right, Warren. He did make a love boat.
The love boat.
He did make a love boat reference just there. I did notice. All right, everyone. Have a good Saturday night, Sunday. Have a good week. We'll see you guys next Saturday night. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate you checking out
Good night, everyone.
everything we do and sharing all the links. Appreciate it. See you, everyone.